Morton, juego con tu hermano. ¿Podríamos? Oh, ¿está Mario? ¿Sí?
Vamos.
Vamos? Okay. Last time when I left Guatemala, when we landed in Houston and they were playing this video about what would be expected when you went through immigration, and in Spanish they said bienvenidos a Estados Unidos, and I just started to cry, and I thought, I want my son to hear that. That is the one thing I want him to hear, and I believe he's going to get to. But it's not easy. It's not easy.
¿Sabes qué significa la palabra adopción?
This is Rachel Swarns of the New York Times. I traveled with Rob and Amy Carr as they made their 9th trip to Guatemala in 5 years. Giovanni was a toddler when they agreed to adopt him in December of 2007.
It was a silly little photo on his bunk bed.
Kind of dirty little face.
And instantly, it just came upon me that this young man needs a daddy.
We were told it would be 6 months tops. Probably he would be home before his second birthday in August of 2008. He's 6.5 now. Our hope at this point is that we are really in the final stretches of this, and that by next summer maybe we would actually be able to pick him up and bring him home.
In 2007, Guatemala sent 4,726 adopted children to the United States, more than any other country except China. But after reports of widespread corruption and child trafficking, the government suspended international adoptions the next year.
They needed to really kind of put a halt to things. I completely agree with that. If I knew that the birth mom had not really wanted to relinquish that child, I would certainly want to do everything I could to try and honor the birth mother's wishes. The problem is they didn't really have a plan for what they were going to do to finish those cases that were in process.
Giovanni often stays in the car's hotel room when they visit. But as one of about 150 children stuck in this legal limbo, he lives in this orphanage outside of Guatemala City.
The orphanage that he's in is wonderful, and they care for them as best as they can. But it is heartbreaking.
Giovanni comes home, I'm going to let him go on the slide first.
Giovanni is the car's second adoption from Guatemala.
I'm making a cookie for Daddy. See?
Samantha's adoption, which began less than a year before Giovanni's, took only 9 months. The Carrs thought they would be bringing home Giovanni soon after.
The one of Giovanni up there was a trip that we had taken, so we took a picture so that we could, make this whole set. So this will be his room. He's going to share it with Nathan. We can put a bed that comes out perpendicular to Nathan's bed.
It's going to be a lot different, I think. I don't really remember much about him because I haven't saw him in a while, but...
Mom and Dad see him every 6 months. We haven't seen him for years. So I think to us he's more of a name that is going to be a part of our family.
Thank you for the food, and please help Giovanni as he's coming home, and please help us to have a good time for a while until he comes home in Jesus' name. Amen.
This is Byron Rafael Navarro. In America, his name would be Hayden Rafael DeTalvi.
Jennifer and Andrew DeTalve filed to adopt Byron when he was 4 weeks old.
It's been a torture. We expected 6 to 7 months of some red tape. And here we are over 5 years later, and we're still fighting. Adoption became very big business down here. It's not about $20,000, $30,000 that Americans are willing to pay, but that's what it turned into. There were so many illegal adoptions, children being abducted, attorneys that were coming down here, setting up a business where they were literally selling children. Yes, it needed to stop and restart. And we had to pay the price of that. But you know what? We needed to support that. There had to be some sort of guidelines set for the good of the children.
The de Talves believe an agreement hammered out by the Guatemalans and Americans will help resolve their case. This year, 5 adoptions have been finalized in Guatemala.
We're hoping that we get a good judge and it takes, quick so we can get them home before Christmas. That would be the best Christmas present.
But for the Cars, Christmas will come and go without Giovanni.
Cars or Toy Story?
Toy Story.
They do seem to have a fairly
little bit of a
reliable
pattern, yeah.
process right at the moment.
But visits to their attorney and the U.S. Embassy revealed new legal hurdles.
Es bueno? Sí? What they are currently attempting to do is locate Giovanni's birth mother. That was news to us because Giovanni has an abandonment decree in his file.
Government officials say they have now identified Giovanni's biological mother and need to determine whether she gave him up voluntarily. Once again, the adoption is on hold.
Today we have to pack up his things and take him back. And there really aren't words to describe how painful that is. Mientras en mi haya vida, siempre serás mi hijo. Sí. Mamá y papá necesitan vamos a hotel. ¿Ok? Pero
Volveremos
sí.
en 6 meses.
I love you. All right. Abrazos.
Para